Welcome back to Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Okay, so a very special time as this is fall, a lot of events happening, and this is where you can get involved in the Queen City because the Special Olympics North Carolina Fall Tournament is coming to the Charlotte area next week. That's November 13th,
yeah.
13th through the 15th. And Katie McGee from Special Olympics North Carolina is here because 1,300 athletes are going to be competing across several sports. And Katie, we need a lot of people. Need a lot of people to support these people and volunteer and help you guys out, right?
We need a lot of people. Nearly 1,300 athletes from across the state will be coming to the Charlotte area to compete in 7 different sports. So to make that a successful weekend for them and to make all of their training and their hard work really worth it, we need nearly 1,100 volunteers to make this weekend a success.
And what kind of volunteer work would they be recovering?
They do a bunch of different roles. Most of it is very day of roles, so you can sign up just for one day shift, or if you wanted to do the whole weekend, you can do that as well. But we've got different roles like a competition assistant, a lunch assistant, there's scorekeepers, there's a bunch of different types of roles depending on what sports you like. We do have bocce, cycling, golf, roller skating, soccer, softball, and tennis all happening. So if you have a favorite sport out of those 7, you could pick a role that really fits best with you.
Oh, that is fantastic. Why is it important that folks, people, the participants, the athletes get involved? What do they get out of it?
They get truly. They
I know
get,
they get a lot.
a lifetime of discipline and joy, and the inclusion aspect of it is a huge piece. When we talk about our athletes getting involved, we like to say that we're getting them off the sidelines and into the game. A lot of people with intellectual disabilities are often not included in a lot of spaces in our society, and getting them on a team, like a softball team, or even in a pair, like for a bocce pair to compete in bocce, it really gives them a sense of a team, and they get to experience the joy of sport that so many people get to experience in their life, and it really just brings it home for them.
Yeah, it really does, even in families, because it's not just the athlete, that
Right.
person participating, it's also their family and
Right.
their friends involved. All right, so what does a typical shift for a volunteer look like then?
So for each day, we have full day shifts. So you would arrive maybe around 7 a.m. depending on the start time. It might shift a little bit depending on the start time of each competition and each sport. You would arrive that day. You would get volunteer instruction that morning when you arrive. Every volunteer must have their photo ID to present when you arrive to volunteer check-in. And then you get right into it, and you hit the ground running with your volunteer role and what you're going to be doing. And then you're there throughout the end of competition, which usually lasts until like 3 or 4 p.m.
And what do you hear back from volunteers that probably do this year after year?
Usually we hear that they can't wait to come back. It's a very exciting weekend. It might be a little chilly, but we can handle the cold. But a lot of the time our volunteers are excited to do it again, and maybe it's their first year doing it and they didn't know that it was a possibility to come out and do this kind of volunteer role, and they're just very excited to be involved.
That sounds amazing. Can you do just a day from the weekend, or does it have to be the whole weekend?
You can do just a day if that's what works best with your schedule. If you want to do the whole weekend, you certainly can. It is a Thursday through Saturday, so if you have a work group, if you are in the Charlotte or Concord area and you have a group of work that you need to fulfill volunteer hours, this is a great opportunity for you to get your team from work out there at a venue and do some teamwork building, some team building, and really come together as a team.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then if people are interested in volunteering, what do they need to know?
You can visit our website, sonc.net, and right at the top and in the body of our homepage, there's the link to volunteer. You can go to that volunteer registration. If you are a work group and you're interested, like if you have 10 or more people and you're interested in signing up your work group, you can reach out to volunteers@sonc.net.
That sounds amazing. And if someone wanted to participate and be an athlete in the events, is it too late?
Unfortunately, it is too late. We
Okay.
do require that they have 8 weeks of training before they come to a state level competition. But we have so many competitions that take place. We're a year-round sports organization, so we have competition taking place all year round. So if that is something that you're interested in, I say come on out and volunteer, get a little taste for it, and then look into how you can become an athlete in your local area.
All right, good call there. And then you guys had the Rappel event last month or a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah.
Out of Raleigh. Was it 16 stories?
It was 17 stories. I believe.
17
19. I'm
stories.
so sorry. It was 19
Oh my,
stories.
you got yeah. Every
It's
story
going
gets
up.
credit. All right. So, and how did that go?
Oh, it went wonderful. We raised nearly $175,000 for people with intellectual disabilities across North Carolina, and we had over 100 rappellers come out, and that we thank you guys for helping us push that out and really get the word out. Those rappellers were very brave going down those 19 stories, and it really makes a huge difference for people across the state.
Oh, yes, they are brave. Kudos to you for, jumping off a 19-story building, perfectly sound building. All right, so volunteer. It is for next weekend, Thursday through Saturday. Katie McGee, shout out the website again to register once more.
Yeah, it's www.sonc.net.
sonc.net, and you have until when? Till next
Until
week?
next week, up until the day of, until November 13th, you can keep on registering.
All right, get your volunteer group out there and help Special Olympics North Carolina take care of 1,300 athletes for a really great fall tournament to be had in the Charlotte area. Katie McGee from Special Olympics North Carolina, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Of course.